Thanks for joining us. Let's take a look at what's happening right now.
The dog behind Nancy Guthrie's home goes crazy at 2 a.m. For Nancy Guthrie, it is a white vehicle.
Regarding medical records, that's going to...
On day 47, the missing person case takes a decisive turn. Federal agents are now focused on a silver sedan seen near the victim's house. A key piece of evidence was a vacant property, a staging point. This theory could explain why there is no footage of a fleeing car. A dog's barking at 2 a.m. suggests a suspect was hiding nearby, not making an immediate escape. The process of gathering evidence has been exceptionally difficult. Outdoor casting methods yielded nothing. Forensics now targets unseen traces on interior surfaces. Authorities are scouring prescription databases, searching for connections that could name a suspect. 3 persons of interest are currently being investigated separately. A local official is under fire for procedural missteps, fueling public doubt about the case. The victim's home is surrounded by a complex web of residential streets and intersections. Federal and local agents are canvassing every single home for doorbell camera video. Time is running out before the footage is deleted, but a major clue has been found. A vehicle was recorded at 2:38 a.m., about 2.5 miles from the house. This is critical because the initial 2-mile search radius meant this clip was overlooked. This car is now the primary lead. Experts are determining its make and model using traffic data. By zeroing in on vehicle footage, police suggest the suspect drove to the scene. By morning, the inquiry had intensified significantly. Authorities created specialized units, each responsible for a different angle of the investigation. One team's sole focus was identifying the car by reviewing home security footage, visiting local businesses, and helping residents access their camera systems, while another team analyzed cell data. Detectives began tracking phone signals that moved through the area during the crucial time period. A phone following the car's path from the neighborhood toward the main roads would provide vital confirmation. This two-pronged strategy is considered standard operating procedure in these cases. Correlating the car's movements with phone records builds a much stronger evidentiary framework. Police continued to ask the public for any video or tips about strange vehicles seen that morning. The emerging details pointed toward a deliberate plan, not a crime of opportunity. The 10 a.m. sighting on January 31st is now considered extremely significant. Police believe the suspect was performing reconnaissance in daylight, a calculated and methodical move. Pairing vehicle data with cell signals creates digital footprints. A phone turned off is usually back on by morning. Any device that traveled with that vehicle at that specific time becomes traceable. History shows that this investigative technique is highly effective. Investigators match the car's location to cell tower pings. When both align, they reveal a clear digital trail. The earlier visit strongly indicates premeditation. Rather than an impulsive act, the suspect likely scouted the area, mapping geography and camera locations. This surveillance behavior suggests detailed planning and a familiarity with the local area. If investigators can tie a phone number to that car's route, they will have their suspect. From day one, the best lead has been to link the car to a suspect using cellular data. Investigators have stressed one vital principle: follow the vehicle. Case after case has proven the effectiveness of this particular strategy. In another major abduction, a store clerk reported seeing an unknown sedan driving at high speed. In the pre-dawn hours, authorities immediately broadcast the description of the vehicle. The break came when security matched the vehicle type to campus parking records. It's a recurring pattern. One case had an instructor's SUV circling the crime scene. Another case showed similar results. An attacker was identified by unique marks on his vehicle caught on several cameras. A vehicle always leaves a trail on cameras, in lots, or seen by witnesses. The car's identity helps police reconstruct movements and build their case. Police meticulously mapped every possible escape path from the residence. This groundwork set the stage for finding the car. The 10 a.m. time on January 31st was critical. That exact time was chosen based on the evidence. Early reports noted a car lingering nearby. Tracking it would require several methods. Visual proof came from cameras on nearby homes and businesses. Doorbells, security systems, and traffic footage pinpointed the vehicle's route. Modern cars contain their own cellular technology. Police could pull tower data and check for specific vehicle types in that time frame. With a make, model, and color, they could find the owner and track their activity. When video evidence and cell data align, a clear timeline emerges, identifying the suspect. The various sightings had to be connected. A white sedan was seen 7 minutes away. Another was recorded 2.5 miles away in the early morning, a third by a store. The solution was to layer all the evidence. A full timeline emerged from cameras on homes, shops, and roads, revealing its path. Cell data provided crucial support. If a phone moved with the car, both could be tracked. Signals from the phone marked the route. The car on successive cameras confirmed its path. Video and cell data rebuilt the journey. It determined the direction of travel, identified possible destinations, and built a timeline beyond the neighborhood maze. Detectives are now checking the periphery. looking for business footage to match sightings. Construction site and empty lot nearby are a major focus. Did the vehicle stop there? Long, stationary periods suggest planning, perhaps a staging area or scouting. Behavioral analysis shows the suspects acted with strategic intent. Discovering where they lingered reveals their motive, casing the area or planning escape routes. These location-based behaviors are now crucial investigative threads. Federal agents are now poring over business footage along the main access roads. Each camera helps reconstruct the suspect's activity before and after the incident. Via Entrada is the main route in, a dark, maze-like street that requires local knowledge. With a firm time and description, police can now reconstruct the suspect's exact route. Authorities began compiling all video documentation by accessing home cameras, business security systems, and traffic cameras along likely escape paths. Digital forensics proved essential. Jeep's own records and network data provided corroborating timelines. Multiple data sources, like tower dumps from different zones, created layered tracking. Merging video with cell analysis revealed bottlenecks the vehicle had to pass through. By comparing these resources, police could map the car's movements and find its destination. Cell data revealed a crucial pattern: the same device pinged in two separate zones. The staging area and the victim's neighborhood, this drastically shrank the suspect pool. Matching the device across both locations established a clear connection. Behind the victim's residence, this vacant house was a tactical advantage. Attackers could watch the family for days, planning their moment to strike. Between 2 and 2:30 a.m., a pivotal event unfolded. A nearby dog started barking frantically. At the same time, 2 backyard security cameras went dead. Both events pointed straight to the vacant house nearby. Assuming they operated from the home next door, it gave them unseen access to the backyard. They could study every routine and defense before they made their final move. Feds methodically combed the area, documenting every point of entry, barrier, and route of approach. The property's layout backed up the theory. Agents traced a very specific path the intruders took. Their photos documented entry via the neighbor's property, moving around the swimming pool, and in through the gate, a path that screamed neighbor. That vacant home became priority 1 for forensics. Police needed to secure the house and deploy specialized forensic units immediately. The longer they were there, the more they left behind. The more time a suspect spends somewhere, the higher the chance they'll shed evidence fibers, DNA, anything. Fingerprints were key. Experts had to dust every possible surface. A print could prove they were there. Tracks left in dust or dirt could reveal their path. Any trash left behind tells a story, and investigators had pressing questions. Did they always use that back gate? Did their hands touch any metal, leaving behind prints? Did their stakeout leave DNA? That gate was now a crucial piece of evidence. If they used that gate over and over, trace evidence would build up on its latch and frame. Casting for prints outside was a dead end. The real trove of evidence would be inside that empty house. DNA, prints, fibers, a long stay would leave a solid trail for investigators to follow. Investigators had to pull the property records. Was it rented, or were squatters inside? Identifying past residents could widen the suspect pool. Gravel makes casting for prints nearly impossible, but there was another way: electrostatic lifting. This method uses charged sheets to lift prints the human eye can't even see. It works with electromagnetism. A negatively charged film is laid over the target area. The dust and dirt particles are positively charged. That charge difference pulls tiny impressions onto the film, creating a perfect, permanent copy. Experts then examine the lifted print for unique features, where patterns, defects, and other telltale signs. These markers can identify a specific person. The next step was comparing prints from different scenes. A match between a print from the vacant house and one inside the victim's home would forge an undeniable link. Meanwhile, detectives were scrutinizing prescription data. Filling histories could point to someone getting the same drugs the victim was prescribed. Strange requests for early or extra refills might indicate a criminal motive. Getting those records meant navigating privacy laws. But investigators had other ways to approach it. Did they try refilling her prescriptions to keep her alive? Had anyone with no medical needs suddenly started taking her meds? These leads required subpoenas and help from the feds. The police have resources civilians can only dream of. At the same time, police widened their interviews beyond just neighbors and local workers. They questioned service techs and pool cleaners. Anyone with recent access to the house was now a person of interest. Then, a local official's strange behavior raised a red flag. As the feds worked the case, this person kept up an odd schedule, hitting the gym for over 90 minutes a day. His seemingly casual attitude drew unwanted public attention. The investigation turned to behavioral profiling. Video had caught a suspect nearing the house. The way he moved, unhurried, deliberate, confident, revealed his state of mind. This is behavioral analysis getting inside his head. His composure suggested he knew the place. That his lack of urgency was a sign of a premeditated, confident plan. These are the markers that separate a planner from an opportunist. A psychological profile is only useful when tied to hard evidence. His composure and methodical approach suggest reconnaissance from a staging area. He was comfortable because he was familiar. His calm approach screams experience. Roughly 80% of these invasions involve prior scouting. These offenders will test the home's security, clock response times, and find weak spots. Older residents often hide keys in obvious places, bushes, pots, door frames. They exploit these predictable hiding spots while scouting the location. We see him lingering on the doorstep in the video. It fits the profile. He was testing the system. He was watching for a reaction, timing its speed and strength. Scouting like this can happen weeks or months before the attack. The confidence he showed is a hallmark of prior experience. This wasn't his first time. The anxiety fades with repetition. His composure points to an established routine. We've seen this pattern in past cases. Killers who aren't afraid of being caught tend to linger at the scene. Every action is deliberate, every detail planned. They maintain control throughout the entire act. The January 11th visit was intel gathering. February was the execution of a set plan. The suspect's calm body language is a key behavioral indicator. He stood still at the door instead of backing away, which suggests familiarity. No evasiveness means he's been there before. There are several scenarios that fit this analysis. He could have been on site during the day with a service crew, or he could have scouted the location at night. Either scenario means he knew the layout. His movements are the proof. His movements were fluid, no hesitation, no jumpiness, no scanning his surroundings. A first-timer would be nervous, pausing and looking around, checking the area. This suspect showed none of that. His movements were consistently smooth. Every move was fluid, without correction. It looked like a practiced routine, not a spontaneous act. His lack of a startle response points to desensitization. He'd been there enough times that the fear was gone. He had a mental map of the layout, the timing, everything. His systematic approach is proof this was premeditated. He was mission-oriented, suggesting a planned strike, not a random crime. The suspect is connected to the victim. Police likely expanded their canvas over a much wider area. If the suspect really did scout the location beforehand, he'll be on the neighbor's cameras. Doorbell footage from nearby homes could show multiple visits. Getting the public's eyes on this is invaluable. Residents checking their own footage for odd activity might give us a new angle. Multiple camera angles can map his path through the neighborhood. This was a deliberate, specific target. He zeroed in on this specific house, not just any property. This implies he knew the victim, the house, or their routines. The evidence points to a very specific profile. The suspect knows this residence well. Could he be a neighbor who's around often? A worker from the construction site? Someone with a legitimate reason to be close? His relaxed behavior, plus the theory of the empty house next door, forms a clear picture. Staging from the adjacent house meant he didn't need to hide a car, no driver, no escape to be seen. He could just walk through the backyard. The neighbor's dog barking at 2 a.m. fits this theory. He cut through the neighbor's property instead of coming from the front. That route gave him cover and easy access. His calm pace suggests a safe house was already in place. He didn't need a getaway car waiting. He clearly had a secure spot he could reach on foot. This casual behavior, so close to the scene, points to someone who knows the property and the neighborhood intimately. The motive appears professional, not personal. The suspect's composure during the act reveals immense psychological control. There was no panic, no hurried motion, every step was precise. This is the kind of steady hand that separates a pro from an amateur. The detachment we see on camera suggests he can wall off his actions from his emotions. He remained laser-focused while committing a felony, a skill honed by previous criminal activity. Behavioral experts agree this was all planned out. He knew the area, had a hideout close by, and was conditioned to perform under pressure. The investigation moves forward as federal agents follow every forensic trail. Vehicle reports, pharmacy logs, prints, and psychological profiles are all closing in on a single identity. NCC News will continue to track every verified forensic finding and investigative update. We appreciate you for supporting quality journalism. This is Jim Parker with NCC News. Stay sharp, stay informed, and we will continue to demand answers. In the quiet of the night, when the world sleeps, a shadow moves with chilling precision. The story of Nancy Guthrie is more than a headline. It is a profound reminder that our safety often rests on the invisible threads of community and the relentless pursuit of truth. True justice isn't just found in a courtroom. It begins with a neighbor's dog barking at 2 a.m. or a resident's decision to check their doorbell camera. These small, seemingly insignificant moments are the digital footprints that lead investigators out of the maze and toward the light. We learn that darkness thrives on premeditation, but it is defeated by unity and technology. From the meticulous lifting of unseen traces to the layering of cellular data, every effort reflects a sacred promise: no one is truly alone. Let this be our call to action. Stay sharp, stay informed. Your vigilance is the barrier between peace and predation. By watching over one another, we ensure that no calculated plan can withstand the power of a community that refuses to stay silent. Justice is a journey we walk together.